Alrighty guys, what's up? How's it going? Brand new mod. This is not a vault mod, this is a brand new mod that was released yesterday. By a person I've never heard of before, Cabo Fiambre. Thomas is his first name. Tomas, I guess. Because of the accent mark he has above his, hey there, yeah, Pons. Alright, cool. Out for Blood, 8 floors. I did play through this, not entirely. I was pressed for time a little while ago, so I peeked through, and it's cool. It's his first mod, so that's really cool. I got some credits here. We got, of course, ID software and all that good stuff. Captain J for boss graphics, Executor for some resources, RIP, Double Shotgun Guy, Fixed Graphics, RIP MCS, Maggot with Rockets. Alright, has to be played with EC. Right, so we got that down. Yeah, let's go. Let's get into it. Let's see what we got. Crushed bones. Always a good time when you see crushed bones. Alright, seems like we're going for like an outdoor type of thing here. Is there underground okay, underground passage, okay. How many dudes? 17. Alright, what the fresh hell? There we go. It's mostly vanilla. From what I can tell, what I went through with it, mostly vanilla stuff, which is not a bad thing. Our secret and only secret is right here, marked nicely for us. Okay, cool. Always love some good vanilla stuff. Feels good, man. So it sounds like I took a hit. Holy shit. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought God mode was on for some freaking reason. I heard... Oh, what the fuck? There we go. I don't know what the hell that was all about. It's fine. Any more? No. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Cool. Where is he? Oh, there you are. Wrong way. Alright, there we go. Alright, cool. Floor 2. What's this called? Lower Dungeon. Okay. I have to say, I do like, for a first timer here, well, the author, that is. You know, he doesn't overload. It seems like he's not going to overload, overload these maps with enemies and stuff. They're pretty decent sized maps, I can say. I mean, the first floor is pretty straightforward. But it seems like this is a gradual thing, like the maps do get a little bigger, and so just a bit bigger. But enemies, quantity-wise, there's not, you know, it's not over-the-top, overkill, shit like that. You know, not bad. It's really not bad. It's just, you know, it's, like I say in my other vids, you know, it's a nice walk in the park. Easygoing, casual play. And we appreciate that. I do anyway. Holy shit. I think there are... No. Alright, cool. Was there something... Wait a minute. Ah, interesting texture. I have no idea where I'm going. Couldn't tell you. Okay, I guess we went the right way. Alright, there we go. Floor 2, floor 3. What is this called? Dining area. Shit. Since we are playing a game that is based off of historical events, it brings a thought to mind while we play these easygoing maps. Lovely easygoing stuff here. Ah, Jesus Christ. So, there is a streamer I watch on Twitch. Good streamer, good content creator. Fairly decent size with the viewers. And overall, good stuff. A while ago, he was talking about how he was doing his internship or whatever as an assistant graduate, or I don't remember what the hell it was. He was a graduate doing stuff. And his major was history. Pause here for a second and put something on. And he was talking about how he would go into the history department. And I guess there was an older gentleman there that was, I guess he walked in one day and the guy was visibly upset. And he was crying. And the guy asked him, the guy that was emotional, he asked him, he said, you doing okay? And the guy looked at him and he goes, oh, today marks whatever year anniversary that JFK was assassinated. And the streamer, now streamer, says, just like kind of like blew him off. He was like, I was born in 1987. That's what he said to the guy. And I was like, you know, in chat got a laugh out of it, but I didn't find it comical. I actually kind of found it fucked up because, you know, yeah, you were born in 87. I was born in 88. We weren't around in that time when JFK was assassinated. But my parents were, and so were his parents, you know, the streamer's parents. And it's like, you know, that was an emotional time. That was something, you know, it was something big back then. That was a turning point in history. It marked the books. People know about it. We know about it, but we didn't live through it. And there's the difference. It makes me think of something that I'm sure many of my viewers, including myself, of course, that lived through was 9/11. And, you know, it makes me think, you know, some little shit stain in the future, 30, 40, 50 years from now, you know, because I get emotional when I think of 9/11. I do, not gonna lie, I do. You know, I am gonna make a save just in case I get sniped. You know, I think of things that happened, you know, being in 7th grade and all of us, I was in art class at the time when the announcement came over the PA system and said, just go to your next class. And the school day was cut super short. And when I remember walking, one specific thing I remember about that day was walking into being hauled off to my next class, which was English. And I remember walking in through the door and I remember turning my head up to the left because the TV was mounted up on the wall high up. And I remember seeing the second plane hit the tower. I remember seeing that if it was the second plane hitting the other tower. And I was 12 years old at the time. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I didn't know then. I knew something wasn't good happening. And nobody knew what was happening, really. But we knew it wasn't good. We knew it was a bad thing. And sometime after that happened, I was still standing there just shocked, as long as my classmates were, and so was my teacher, who was just standing right underneath with their hand on her hip and shaking her head saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe this." And then they showed people who were hanging out of, the top floor of the buildings. They were either going to burn to death or they jumped to their death. And I remember seeing the man, not to upset anybody. You can feel free to mute me if you want. But I remember seeing a guy jump out the window. He jumped to his death. And that's when it really hit me. I was like, holy shit, dude. Something serious is happening. Like, what the fuck is happening? And it wasn't until after the fact that, all the news was happening. And, going home that day from school, my mom coming to pick me up after work, she said, "Did you see what happened?" I said, "Yeah, I did." And I remember going home and talk about surreal. Every TV fucking station, every single fucking station. We had cable back then. That's when the cable boxes were starting to get huge. I mean, we had over 100 channels, and every single fucking channel, from QVC to HBO, believe it or not, every fucking channel was in New York City. That's it. And it was, God, I have chills now. It was just so fucking surreal and scary because you didn't know what was happening. And from there on, it was a major turning point in history. And, being a kid, as a preteen, and then hearing, Bush saying that we're going to war and all this shit, it was like, oh my God. And then I remember my mother fearing for her sons, because my brothers were in their 20s then, in 30s and in their 20s. And another save. She feared that they were going to get drafted. And I remember my mom being very, very scared. And it was wild. It was wild times. So I lived through that. You know what I mean? I'm saying, you probably lived through it, depending on your age. I was going to say probably there. But here's another point to make about it. I was a teacher. I was a teacher for 7 years. I taught high school foreign language. And I remember my first year, and it was 4 years that I taught high school. I remember my first year of teaching, September 11th came around, and the school, we had a moment of silence, and it was said that, the principal wanted us to talk to our students about what happened, the events that unfolded, and pretty much what I told you guys is what, God damn it, what I told my kids, my students at the time. And, what was very interesting was watching, 14, 15, 16, 17, even 18-year-old kids, because I taught 8th grade through senior year. was just watching my students' faces. They didn't even have their phones in their hand. Like nothing else mattered. They wanted to hear what happened because they were born in 2002, 2003. They were just babies when that shit happened. And it was like, it was a holy fuck moment because I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, now here I am telling these kids history. I'm part of that because I remember being a young kid or a little girl and hearing my dad talk about, MLK getting shot and how he and his brother fled the school because riots were happening. Remember my mom telling me about, JFK being assassinated. And those are times that my parents went through, among many others, or hearing my grandparents talk about the Cold War and the Vietnam War, and then hearing, my great grandparents talking about the world wars and what they were involved in. It's like when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, holy shit, that's wild. Listening to that, you're like, wow, okay, you're intrigued. I was intrigued at least, but I was, but I didn't live through it. And there's a difference between listening in on somebody's point of view of what they saw, versus living through it. I think is a major contrast. And it just, listening to this streamer say that, like, blowing it off like, who really gives a fuck, man? I was born in 87. What would I know? It's like, and here's the kicker to that. He was a history major. Don't you think you would have had, I don't know, wouldn't you would taken that a little bit more seriously? Like, why is it a fucking joke? You know what I mean? Like, that was one thing that really pissed me off. It did. I'm not gonna lie, it did piss me off. And this was years ago when he stated this. I don't know, man. I still find shit like that funny. What was there? I mean, he would find it comical, but what was there to blow off? You know what I mean? Like, what was there to say, oh, big whoop? You know what I mean? It's like, well, you were around when 9/11 happened. Are you going to blow that off? Is that a joke to you? Like, who cares? Big fucking deal. So yeah, our chain gun has a little bit of a wind-up time. That's kind of cool. It's a neat effect. I don't know. I just think it's very strange. But it was very interesting, like I said, because I taught at 2 high schools, by the way, not just one. I taught at 2 high schools. So I taught at one in the morning, and then I had to commute to another one for the late morning till the afternoon. And we did I had to do the same thing. And again, I had everybody's attention because they were looking at me going, hey, tell us what happened. And I did. And again, it was a moment where I was like, wow, here I am telling history, just like I heard my parents tell their POVs of what happened, and very surreal, just very surreal, intense, very intense moments, and just, yeah, it's fucked up, man. And the thing that they could not, they just couldn't believe was the fact that we saw people die. We watched live, people just taking their own lives. I said it was live TV. They didn't know what was happening, and they weren't going to cut it because they didn't know. You know what I mean? They didn't know what was going to happen. And we were watching people after a couple people jumped, then they refrained from showing it, but that was a very, very tragic moment. And since we're on the topic of history, another thing that is looked at where I live now, I used to live in Ohio. I now moved to Massachusetts 4 years ago, about an hour away from Boston. And for those of you who live in Europe, or Far East or Middle East, wherever you are in the world, you may or may not have heard of the Boston Marathon. It's usually a big running event that takes place in the capital of the state. And, a whole bunch of people from all over the place, they run, I don't know how many fucking miles, how many feet it is, but they run, and think this was it 2012? No, was it 2011, 2012, 2013? There was a bomber, a terrorist attack, and it took many lives. It crippled many people, and that's something that's more localized. It's not really a national thing that's recognized. It is. People know about it, but that's something that hits home close to these people that live here. And I'm part of it too. I live here now, but even living 530 miles away at the time, I remember listening to a talk show on AM radio that I used to listen to, and that came over the radio, and I said, "Oh my God, like, Jesus Christ!" You can even ask Blaine's about it. Blaine's lived here his whole life. Yeah, he's lived here his whole life, so he can get on over his channel and ask him, what happened if you're interested. Even catch him on stream and ask him what happened. But yeah, I remember I was out to dinner that same day it happened, and the restaurant had the channel on the news, and I remember the owner, and she said, "Everybody quiet down, quiet down." It was a big place. Everybody got quiet, and she turned up the TV real loud, and they were talking about what happened, and I remember, I don't know if it was the Boston police and the chief, or it was the commissioner, and he said, "We got him." And everybody cheered. Everybody, even me. I was like, hell yeah, here we go. That's cool, man. And it's something to see a nation or states come together. And I guess you could have said it was the nation, because, it is, people do remember it, but I would say it's more localized. Hey, good shooting, Tex. So yeah, people, they do. Oh, that's ass. Wait a minute, no. Okay, to do. All right, hold up. Hold up. 6. So we'll just do new. Might be a thing with EC. I'm gonna hide in here. But yeah, the point I was making. Fuck. Was just, for states to come together, miles and miles away, a nation to come together about stuff. It's really touching in a way, that to hear people cheer for a state that's a few hundred miles away. It's nice to know that, you got that type of support. Motherfucker. Oh, you're getting me here, Thomas. You're getting me here, man. The other thing about it, too, is, not 8 floors, by the way. This floor, it has 9 floors. I didn't even check to see if it had a secret exit. We'll check that out. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's make a save. Now we're in better position. But yeah, I remember my mom, she was the toll commissioner for the Ohio Turnpike at the 80 and 76 interchange, and I remember her telling me that after 9/11 happened, that everybody was very kind to each other for a few weeks. Everybody was very nice. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. Like, it was something. The world definitely did change there, and now this was, not only was it a national thing, but it was a fucking global thing, because I remember reading on forums, like, I was on MySpace, and I remember reading on other pages, like, that were, I don't know what the hell they were, but they were pages and just reading about how the whole world was, a lot of countries chimed in and said, Jesus, I'm sorry, I'm sorry to see this, I'm sorry to hear this, It's just a comfort thing to know that people around the world were shocked. To hear that. I think I remember it was back, I don't remember what year this was, but I think maybe 2014, 2015, something like that. There was a terrorist attack in France, and I can't remember what that was all about, but I do remember it was pretty damn big. And I remember I wasn't dating, Blames and I weren't dating yet, and we weren't even talking, but I was in a shitty relationship with some punk, and I remember showing him on my phone. I remember showing him this page, and there was somebody did a quick sketch, and it showed the Statue of Liberty with her arm raised with the torch in her hand. She said, "I'm coming," and she was walking across the Atlantic Ocean to France, and it showed France in the back, like with explosions and stuff, and crying. And it was a very touching picture. And this asshole I was dating at the time, he looks at it, he goes, "Man," he goes, "I don't understand." He's like, "What's the big deal?" He's like, "Nobody goes and helps Mexico." I'm like, this isn't about your fucking country. I was like, it's about France right now. They were just attacked, you fucking idiot. Like, he was a fucking dummy. But, yeah, it's just always, it's a nice feeling to see that, people around the world, except the assholes, they give a damn. That was it? Was there something that I missed? But yeah, I don't know. It's just like one of those things that just kind of stick with you when you hear somebody say, big deal, man. So yeah, he got killed. Like you were a history major too. Like, how can you just, excuse me, how could you just scoff at something like that? You know what I mean? Like, I could just go, wow, big deal, man. It's like, yeah, it's not a big deal to you, but to him it was at the time. And who cares if he got emotional? Who cares? Maybe he saw that on TV. Maybe he saw him getting shot in the head. It's the same thing as me, as 12 years old, watching somebody jump to their death. This isn't fucking Hollywood. It's not a movie. It's not a skit or some sort. It's not fake. It was real. People were dying. And it was very disappointing to hear. You know what I mean? It was. And the other thing that was disappointing is hearing the people in chat go, "Oh, Lamau, oh, Lamau." And it's like, and then I feel like I should have chimed in and said, "You motherfuckers, did you forget about 9/11? Like, did you?" I don't know. Just food for thought. Just bullshit, It's like people forget. You know what I mean? They forget what happened, and it's just, oh, big deal. I gotta say, I'm gonna call you Cabo. Not bad, dude. Not bad for your first motherfucker. You're killing me. I mean, that's a plus, isn't it? Fuck! That's ECWolf. Wow. It's been a long day. Forgive me. That's an ECWolf thing. LZWolf kind of does that too sometimes, where the screen will have like a fucking meltdown, so don't think it's your fault, man. It's just something, well, I'm kind of fucked here. Fuck you. Alright. Strategy. I forgot there was ammo back here. We're fine. Fuck you. Alright. Yeah, not bad. Not bad for your first mod. And 9 floors too. I don't know if there's a secret exit. I'm gonna have to take a peek. Take a peek for that. Alright, let's fill up on the goods here. We don't really need the chain gun. That's just treasure. Alright. Guten Tag, you fuck. He's a cool sprite. I like the way he looks. Whoa. Don't want to get boxed in with him. Actually, I do want to bring him around, bring around the fucking brick with him. Yeah. Let's fill up. Alright, and off we go. 8,000 points. Hell yeah. Let's go. Okay. What is this called? Bunka. Makes me think of Independence Day when that dude's dad, Jeff Goldblum, his dad was like, he's like, you know what I'm talking about? Daddy at 51. You know, Dad. What was that? As a bunka. Dude, what a fucking dope movie. That was like fucking classic right there. One of the top-notch fucking movies ever. Great shit. Total great shit. If you haven't seen it, check that shit out. Independence Day, 1996. You won't regret it. Good lines in it. Very good lines. Very action-packed. Really cool, witty. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, where the fuck are we going here? I have no idea. I was in here. What am I missing? We need a key for that. Oh. Alright, let's go this way up. Another key. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't even think I have the chain. No, I don't even have a chain gun. It's fine. Don't even need it. You really don't even need the MP40 either, although it does make life easier. But it's doable with the pistol. I also want to say too, Cabo, if you do see this, dude, I think it's very nice that you did 9 floors. I don't know. Again, I don't know if there's a secret exit to this. We're about to find out. It's a good. You know what? It's a nice portion. It's a very nice portion. It seems like you didn't overwhelm yourself. It's a nice little bunch of enemies. You got 2 boss levels in here. That's pretty cool. It's like a nice little takeout dinner, I gotta say. And I'm not trying to joke around or anything. I'm being serious. I'm trying to put it in like really simple terms. Like the best way I could put it is it's a nice serving, and I appreciate that because there have been plenty of mods that I've been playing. I don't know if you're new to the community. You seem new to the community because I've never seen your name before. Forgive me for that. But, hey, look at that. We're done. There have been plenty of fucking mods that I've played that have just... It's too much at once. Does that make sense? I mean, I've played mods too in the past couple of years that were brand new at the time, and it's just like, oh, here's 35 maps of my mod plus, I don't know, 34 maps plus like another 4 that makes 38 total, and this and that, this and that. It's like all this shit piled up. It looks cool, but holy fuck, man. Like, you can just tell the author got a little too carried away and, lost the plot. I've seen that with a lot of mods. It seems like, I'm doing the vault mods. I've kind of taken a break from doing them actually right now. This is a cool setup, I gotta say. I do like how this is set up. Fuck off! It's a very good setup. I like it. It seems like you wanted to go... It seems like you pushed yourself here a little bit. It seems like in the later levels you pushed yourself, like, and maybe I'm wrong, but it's just, from what I can tell. What the fuck? That, like, you weren't afraid to... God damn it. You weren't afraid to, shit. To step it up a little notch. You didn't go too crazy. But I appreciate the challenge here. I mean, you're killing me. You're killing me, that's for sure. And it's even more of a challenge that wasn't your fault, or, it wasn't intended by you, but ECWolf is fucked up a little bit. And it's providing me with a small challenge. Oh, shit. Lovely. Okay. So saving here doesn't even matter. Shit. There we go. So yeah, I can definitely see it. It seems like you started off very simple, very easy, and then you gradually, little by little, worked your way up to a more challenge. And I appreciate that. Especially, it's a nice touch to see from somebody, and that is if you're brand new. Like I said, I've never seen your name. But I like this. It's nice. It's cool. It's refreshing. Yo, there we go. Yeah, let's go. Well done, BJ. With Auto, Giftmacher, and Ponsgross out of the way, we come closer to end the Nazis' world domination plans once and for all. You should rest now, soldier, but be aware that there is still a job to be done. You might have won this battle, but the war isn't over yet. Thank you for playing my first Wolfie 3D mod. I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed making it. Feel free to leave any suggestions or reviews on the mods page. Well, you got my review here, dude, because I don't have a count on ModDB. I never did. I just lurk there and keep an eye out on things. But yeah, dude. Oh, fucking caps. There you go. There you have it. Out for Blood. There you go, by Thomas Pons. Yeah, final thoughts. I really do think this, I think it's a nice touch for your first mod, dude. I hope to see more work by you. I am interested. I like to see what you got going on. Like I said at the end there, I can tell you were kind of gradually getting a little more difficult. You didn't overload it with guys. No keys were hidden. Thank fuck all for that. Thank you for not hiding your keys, because that is a major fucking pain in the ass when authors do that shit. It's not fun. It's just fucking stupid. But yeah, thank you for not hiding keys. Secrets 1 and 2. Okay, that's cool. Health, ammo, supplies, treasure, that's fun stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate this work. Keep going, dude. You got my support. Keep going. And I hope everybody that's played this so far has enjoyed it. But yeah, you just keep doing it, dude. And, yeah, cool. Alright, guys, for those of you who want to play it, I will put the link in the description below if you want to check it on your own. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one, probably with the next Vault mod coming up this weekend. So yeah, I'll see you guys.